Hi, guys. Welcome back to No Permission Needed podcast. I am your girl, Star, and today is going to be some girl talk. I'm really excited about it because I have a special guest. Her name is Shalonda, and she is a life coach. So I need some advice about this whole dating thing, just men in general, and I'm sure some of you could really reap the benefit of this conversation. So I'm ready to jump right into it. Are you?
Absolutely.
All right, so let's go straight into it. So, girl, I got a lot to say, okay, because I'm in a place where I'm trying to figure out where I am.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? As it relates to just relationship, future wise, even if I want to be with somebody, if I don't want to be with somebody, I'm leaning more towards not being with somebody just because it's safer,
Right.
you know, for me. But let's talk about the frustration that I'm sure a lot of women are dealing with.
Right.
I haven't dated a lot of people. So I don't have a lot of experience. However, I think the experience I have is pretty relevant. And I've also seen, I have, friends
Right.
and some things on social media that I can also bring up. But one thing that I feel like women are frustrated with, the lack of communication with men. And I think how men are just handling things and moving. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that they feel like they have a lot of options, so they don't really have to put in any effort.
Right.
So when it relates to communicating, I think that I don't think women have an issue with communicating. I think it's the men that's not listening or feel like they already have us figured out. So when we are saying something is wrong, normally we give them the opportunity to fix it. But a lot of the times they wait until the ship is sinking to try to come and do something different.
Right.
So what is your take on that scenario?
Well, first I would like to say we all women, but we are all made different. Characteristics are different. The way we think, the way we move, our style, everything about to a woman, to each woman is different. Our tones are different. So when you think of relationships and you think of when we look at men, just say for men, for instance, and I would say women too, that have gone through multiple relationships. Like you said, one of the things you just said, I have not had many relationships as far as a relationship to a man or, a long-term relationship, I should say. But you did have one. And that experience, which probably wasn't a great or did not end as expected, kind of became distasteful.
Right.
And even now that you're trying to grow forward, move forward, you have been coming into contact with different situations.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I say that to say a lot of times what kills a relationship or relationships moving forward is the experience that we have.
Okay.
Or that we had.
Okay. So we're bringing baggage into our new situation.
Yeah, we bring it because one, I believe in relationships. This is how I look at a relationship. Let's look at when you start a job. One of the questions when you're being interviewed for a job, before they even allow you to come in, you're being interviewed as the interviewer is interviewing you to see if you will make a good candidate for this job, as well as you're seeing if I want to be if the job or the company is a good fit for me.
Right.
But a lot of times in the relationships we don't do that. It's like we come in expecting. So, like for women, sometimes we look past the experience that we had. So we come in and we telling the other party, "Oh, I've been through this, I've been through that," expecting them to do something different than the last person.
Right.
Why even come and telling them anything about your last relationship other than who you are? Educate them on who you are.
So why doesn't it matter? Why shouldn't you do that? I feel like I've done it.
Yeah, I have done it too. But it's just like you give them it's like you're telling them you're vulnerable. It's like you're telling them, please don't do this to me, what the last one done to me.
Okay, but to me, vulnerability isn't a weakness.
It's not.
For me.
But if you just meeting a person on or this is your first date,
or
you haven't even got to know this person, you don't even know his history. You don't even know you only know basically what they are telling you. You only gonna find out. A lot of times we don't find out things until you actually get in the core of the relationship to say, hey, I don't like what I'm seeing. I don't like this because you didn't give it time. See, a lot of times what we do is instead of, okay, can we just maybe let's date for a while to see if I even have a real interest in you, or if we're compatible, maybe we'd be better just friends than defining relationship. But what I find out a lot of times, we want to define the relationship right now. Like, this is long term. I'm taking you off the market. So you're no longer marketable. You know what I'm saying? And we, as women, we let that happen. And I think that is not intentional. I think that our lack we're ignorant in that.
I think it happens because I think why a lot of women fall for it, and possibly, I could fall in that, is because when a man is saying he wants to take you off the market, you feel like he wants to be exclusively with you. But that's not really their intent. They just don't want you to be with anybody else.
That's true too. But I also think too, because the way that we were taught, our upbringing a lot of times can affect how we get involved in relationships. Because a lot of times we wasn't like, for me myself, ain't nobody teach me how to date. My father was absent from the house, so I didn't really have no one a role model to say, hey, this is what you do, where you were educated.
Right.
The only thing that we were educated on was sex education. And that's what they did in school.
Right.
Told you to put it, they never told you how a lady's supposed to govern herself, or you don't have to, the first person you meet, you have to make him your husband.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's on both parts.
Yeah.
So we go in thinking we know, not being educated. We learning each time by the experience that we don't, so we learn each time by the experience.
So you're saying going into a new situation, like, don't tell them what happened, because normally that's what
I don't think in the beginning you should tell them that.
Okay, so what type of conversations are you having besides what's your favorite color, where you grow up? I mean, because you're going to naturally probably say, well, what happened in your last relationship?
Right.
Like, why are you on the market? Like, why are you single?
And that's fine. And I think that you can be vague. You don't have to tell, like, because women, we're very vocal. We're very, we can tend to be, we honest.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you, we pour it out. You understand what I'm saying? Because I look at it this way.
You up my street,
Look, I look at it this way. Because what happens is, it's like we milked. You know what I'm saying? It's a difference. It's like, okay, I got her by the last guy, but yet I'm in front of a possible candidate. You know what I'm saying? So, when we get around them, it's like it's new.
I think for us, after we've come out of something, majority of the time, so we can start a new slate and not. I mean, you may have some triggers, saying, along the line, but normally we can go into something hopeful and not really think, okay, this person is going to do exactly what happened to me last time.
Right.
And I think
we don't think like that. We look at it as something new, it's something fresh. Woo! I'm glad to be out of that, because when you come out of you have a bad experience, or you come out of a bad relationship, it can tend to damage us.
Oh, yeah.
It can tend to damage. It can tend to your self-esteem be low. It can affect different areas of your life. So when you start to date again or whatever, and somebody new, it's like a pick-me-up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He's telling you you're beautiful. Yeah. He's taking an interest in you, where the other one probably had rejected you. Yeah. You have dealt with some type of rejection or whatever the situation is, or if they were cheating or whatever the situation may be. So you in this new relationship. So it's like we just be honest.
Yeah.
And we tell everything. Yes. Oh, he did this and he cheated and da-da-da, and I gave him my all, and I gave him this, and I gave him, and this is the thing. You're telling him everything you gave. He's taking inventory. If you notice, a man never tells you everything about his experience with his last relationship. He's very vague. He's very vague.
I wonder, why is that? Is that because they were the person that messed up the relationship, or they're just trying to?
I think that's just the way they're wired. We wired to talk. We talk. we're very vocal. You know what I'm saying? We're very vocal. We, that's why they have, like, you see a lot of women leading now.
Yeah.
We're very vocal. When we want something, we go after it. We're initiates. We don't, that's just how we're wired. We don't sit back,
I think, okay, so you said we're very vocal, and that's true. I am vocal. I am a communicator, and I didn't see it as like a bad thing. I felt like normally I want to get down to the root or whatever the problem is, and I'm a fixer. So, I want to know. I want to pick your brain. I want to know what happened. I want to know those type of things. But if it's being used against me, how do I even date?
So what do you mean you want to know? Want to know what?
I want to get in a person's mind. Like, I'm not, I don't like surface small talk. Like, I don't even want to be on the phone if we don't have nothing to talk about.
Okay.
I more so want to know, like, what inspires you, like, I don't know. Like,
you like stimulating conversation.
I like stimulating conversations. Like, stimulate my mind.
Mind, absolutely.
Like, open me up, teach me something.
Yeah.
And so that's why I communicate a lot.
Yeah. And to me, that's like you want to get to the meat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
To the meat and the meat. Ow.
You want to get to the meat. The meat before the meat. So it's like you want to get to the meat, cut the chase.
Right.
Let me find out more about you. Let me, it's like I don't want to self-discover. I want you to open up.
Right.
And sometimes men are not.
I don't know why they like
You know what I'm saying? They're more surface.
Yeah.
But if you ask a woman, tell me about yourself, baby, we gonna lay it down.
Right.
We know what we like. You know what I'm saying? I like my mind to be stimulated. You know what I mean? I'm adventurous.
Right.
I love to explore.
Yeah.
I'm spontaneous.
Right.
We let them know.
Right.
Because we're telling you, this is what we desire.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now the thing is are they really listening while you're telling them that?
Right.
Or are they just paying attention because your body shape, baby, look,
Listen.
you know what I'm saying? You full figured, you're pretty, you have beautiful eyes, you got beautiful lips, you full figured, your breasts is pumped, you know. You know what I'm saying? So men are physical. So I think that they're hearing, but it's vague.
Sticking,
it's not sticking. Because, you can tell them all of that. And you know what they're going to say after that? Man, you so beautiful.
Ain't heard nothing. Like, where you
Girl, you are so beautiful. You understand what I'm saying?
That is annoying. I just got triggered. Like, that is annoying because...
Well, it's annoying now. Because it could be... It may be annoying. Because, see, you may have... What if it was where you had a man who paid all attention to those things, but yet didn't tell you beautiful? Mm-hmm. See, your need is different.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so it could be your need is different.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So sometimes women, we think that just like we expect the man to know what we need, And
then be so far off from that.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother.
Or even what happens is because it would take a whole...
Like a whole nother...
Because even if you tell them what you need, a lot of times because men have not been groomed properly how to treat the percentage rate is very low.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So they going by experience after experience after experience after experience after experience, and they not even trying to learn because they have options and they don't even really know what do you want out of a relationship.
I think they feel like as long as they come to the table with money, that's majority.
And they're getting sex.
And their presence.
And that's enough.
And that's not enough.
And it's not enough because our need is different.
Right.
We like affection.
Oh, definitely. I don't want us to miss that. Well, you said something about men are being physical. Mm-hmm. I noticed that because men don't listen, that they learn when they lose.
They learn differently. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like, it's like they have to lose in order to say, dang, I messed up. Mm-hmm. And then at that point, it's like too late because we didn't check out or we tired. Yeah. Because we tell you multiple times before we mentally check out.
Yeah, and it's almost like I have to lose to now listen. Now I want to listen. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, men are physical. So it's like they don't believe. They don't believe stuff stink.
If you're still in their face.
If you're still in their face, they'll, it's like taking advantage. Or, I'll play it. I'm going to let it play all out. You know what I'm saying? She's just talking. She ain't going nowhere. Or I can fix it by my presence is still, whatever they think in their mind. But they don't acknowledge that it's no longer here until it's physically out of their presence because they're physical. That's when it gets real.
For them
to realize, you left me? Like she left me. Like when they come in and you're packed up and all your stuff, the stuff is gone. You know what I'm saying? They only move by once. It's like you said, like when they have to lose something. They have to lose something.
Physically see it, walk out of the door before it clicks.
Yep. Because if you hear women, women, we talk, and you hear, we say like, we not complain, but we're trying to get them to understand what's going on or what we're feeling. And, girl, he ain't hearing me. He said he gonna do better. I'ma do better. I'ma do better. I'ma do better. I'm sorry. What is this I'm sorry
thing?
What
is this?
I'm sorry.
Hold on. Not even sometimes I'm sorry. Sometimes the niggas don't say nothing.
Yeah.
They just
walk around like it.
Leave you no accountability. Just like I'll give it a few days and then I'll come back like nothing ever happened.
We tend to stay because we don't like. I think that it's like we're more committed.
Yeah.
We more invested, than a man is because I would assume they either have other options. Or it take a lot for us to just walk out.
Man, what?
We will put up with some crap.
I'm trying to.
You would say like, girl, why are you still there?
No, seriously.
Why are you taking that? Yeah. Because a lot of times we don't know our value, and we're waiting for a man to give us something we don't know we have already. We don't place value on ourselves. So what happens if a man can call you out your name or talk to you crazy? We're ready to swing. You know why you're ready to swing? Because you fighting against what he's saying. You ought to know that I don't have to take that.
Right.
I'm going to leave that with you or for the next one.
Right.
I'm out of here.
Yeah.
But when you don't know your self-value and you trying to get it from a man, good night. You sit there and we'll take it. And if they say they sorry, and we'll stay in it for years. And that's time you just don't get back.
Yeah.
We'll invest for years, and we keep investing off of a sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'll do better.
You know what? Too. This is something else too that I noticed. Men feel like when they say sorry,
everything goes away.
It goes away. Like you don't bring it up anymore.
I broke your trust, and I ain't got to build that back. I ain't got to do nothing to build that trust back up. They want a clean slate.
A clean slate, like nothing ever happened.
Nothing ever happened.
And then, that was the past. Nigga, that was 5 minutes ago. That was the past. Leave that alone.
Or you don't know how to let nothing go.
But this is the thing. Like, how can you not... You can cause the damage, but you don't want to help heal me. What is that?
Or even walk through the process of it.
Of the healing with the person. That is so selfish. I don't understand that.
Well, it's selfish because they self-absorb. And then when you don't... See, it's like men... Anything that you don't learn from, you're prone to repeat. So they like repeated offenders. So although they saying they sorry, they have not learned anything from what they just done. They say sorry, what we do? We back at, giving them what they haven't even earned. I'm bringing you your meal. I'm treating you like a king. And you have not been that to me. But what we do is, as a women, we have this, we live on fantasy.
I think that's both ways. Listen,
what we do is we will build a man up because that's our desire. We make him to be what we want him to be. This is this is something that I always wanted, because we'll take a man from ground and build him into an empire.
Yeah, that's true. And then
they'll walk up, baby, they'll leave. Heck yeah, because they never worked for anything. We did all the work.
Yep.
If it's given, listen. If you have not, if it's you give it out for. I mean, if you giving it out, you know, you building them up and they ain't got to work for nothing. Hey, this is easy. This is easy.
And we're not saying all men across the board.
No, not at all. We're not here. I love. Listen.
I love my black men.
Yes.
However, y'all ain't doing right. And I'm trying not to go on the other side to a different race, but y'all are really leaving me with no choice. Either that or just being alone.
Yeah.
But that's a whole nother situation. But I think that I don't even
Sometimes
know.
it's just like I know there was a period of time where I didn't get like no date. I was, you know, I wasn't going out on no date. I thought something was wrong with me.
Yeah.
So I asked to have male friends. So I was asking them, like, do you think like something wrong with me? You know?
Yeah.
And they was like, no, you know, today's man don't want to work. So if you look like a woman that's going to require them to be accountable. And let's change the word work. It's called accountable.
Ability.
They don't want to be accountable for nothing.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to, you know, they come in and like I said, they just want easy. Easy. So he was saying that if you look like you a no nonsense type of person, meaning that when I say no nonsense, because, you know,
you have standards.
I have standards and boundaries.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And some men, if you have high standards, they like that's too much. And the reason why it is, why would I deal with you that have those high standards and I got so many options?
That'll accept me like this.
Yeah. That accept me just the way I am.
So this is the thing, even with that. I feel like if you feel like I have, you know, high standards. Now, some of them will still come now, knowing that they have no intent on trying to, like, be anything to you besides what they can get from you in the moment and then leave you damaged. I feel like deal with the women that are on that level. If you just want to play, it's women out here that's just willing to play around.
Well, see, you said something, and I'm going to just backtrack. Because we were talking about high standards. So a lot of times, this will happen. You got high standards, but a man that does not have no money or cannot meet your standards, they'll be intimidated to come to you. So what happens is you got high standards, but then we got this new thing now, a high value nigga.
Child.
With money.
What is that even?
They feel like that my high value, my money will cause you to bring down your standards. It's like, you want me to see this or do you see this? And some women break.
Yeah. Most of them.
Break. You understand what I'm saying? It looks good from the outside until you get in. Because, see, you don't know Mr. Man with this money ain't ish. And will treat you like crap.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And if you did have any type of place, any self-value, they would tear it down.
Yeah.
And leave you to heal by yourself.
Like most men. But the crazy thing about that is they have this thing that there's a girl turning 21 every day.
Right.
So either you're going to cry in a Bentley or you're going to cry in a Honda. But either way, you're going to cry. Why do I want to be with you when you are telling me, sir, that you're going to hurt me? Yeah. And I'm telling you that your mindset is going to hurt me and you don't give a damn. No. You're just like, whatever.
And listen, and as a woman, we should not be, you don't, first of all, you just said, if I'm telling you that you're telling me that you're going to hurt me, watch, at that point, we ain't going no further. Yeah. So women, we have to raise our standards and say, listen, we're not going to, I mean, if you're not that type of woman. Yeah. If a man is telling you what he's going to do
and this is what
comes with me, and you're still willing to take the risk, then you have nobody to blame. You know what I'm saying? It's a no-go. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm not going to lower my standards. Listen, good night. If I had already experienced a bad relationship prior, and I know what it took, or what it took for me to get to where I am, you think I'm going to take a risk and go in another relationship and be broken down again? When do you When will you recover? I mean,
I don't think men understand. It's so strange though because they can't handle it. Mm-hmm. But when we voice like that, we're hurt or something is affecting us.
They don't want to hear those words.
So or figure it out.
Oh, they get offended. No, some of them get offended if you tell them, "I'm hurt. You hurt me," or that what you said I did not. Whatever it is, they don't want to hear the words "you hurt me" because it feels like how are you offended? Because and you understand what I'm saying? When you cause the offense of me being hurt, it makes them feel less than a man. You're telling me I did something wrong. They hear different. They did. But I don't want to hear you tell me that. I did do wrong. I want it to go away.
So you get to tell me that you're going, if I'm with
men don't like consequences. Anytime you say you hurt me, it feels like they get ready to get a whooping. They get ready to get a whooping. Honey, something getting ready to be taken away from you. And men do not like loss. They don't want nothing taken away from them. So for you to say, I'm hurting or you did this to me and I don't like that, they immediately go into something getting ready to happen. They immediately start to feel rejected. They immediately begin to feel like I'm getting ready to get punished. You getting ready to take something away from me.
No, I just want to have a conversation and make you aware that please don't do this again because this is what it did to me. But you, in your mind, you ready to just abort and just be like, whatever. Like either you gonna deal with it or you're not. Mm-hmm. What type of what? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times that is because they have not invested anything. And a lot of times they feel like because they're present and because they have money or either, they live by that thing that's in their pants. You know what I'm saying? They think that that's their investment. But we as women, baby, listen, I need more than just that Wally Wally.
What is it called?
A Wally Wally. It ain't even full grown until it matures. So it's a Wally Wally.
I've never heard of that.
It's a Wally Wally. So my thing is, they think that woman, because, they'll throw back at you, oh, well, you ain't say this when I did that, did that. You know what I'm saying? So they live by that. And women, we require so much more.
Because we'll stay with men and they sex ain't even all that. So it's not even you.
So we put up with women put up with a lot.
Hello.
And see, the thing is, somebody ain't told them the truth.
Listen.
And see, then other things, and sometimes I'm gonna say this: you can't fault a man a lot of times because we don't tell them the truth.
Exactly.
We will live a lie for a long time
and protect their ego.
We'll tell each other, but we won't tell them.
Why is that? Why do we do that?
Security. It's false security.
False security.
False security.
Because it ain't having that person.
Just having.
Is it comfort?
It's comfort. A place of comfort. Yeah, that's it. Because ultimately, we don't want to be alone. Because if you look at it, if why am I taking this crap? Because I don't want to. You're not saying it out your mouth. A fear of being alone. I don't want to be alone. So I would sit there and come on, after a certain part, it's like, when do you leave when you know the relationship is toxic?
So for me, mine wasn't, I don't want to be alone. I think mine was, I still saw the potential. And I felt like he's really not a bad person. He just needs somebody that can potentially be patient with him until, that's just my mind.
Okay. And you're saying, so look, everything you're saying, put it on top of, okay, here it is, I don't want to be alone at the bottom. And you're building on top of that. Because at the end of the day, you're giving it a reason. Oh, he's not bad. What else you say you were saying?
Everybody is going to come with something.
I was living off of potential. I saw the potential. And
in my mind, I'm like, okay, every man is going to have an issue. And that's fine. Is this a deal breaker? And that's how I was operating. Okay. I was operating like, okay, I don't like this.
Unsure, yeah.
But do I want to break up with this person and then have to deal with something worse?
Yeah.
Or is this something bearable?
Yeah. And the thing is, it's like, positioning yourself. Because if you like you said, and I think we were saying that if we have not if we have not explored, gave you a chance to explore, and in like from the like how I was basically brought up, you know, you find one, you keep them, you stick with them no matter what. You know what I'm saying? You know, and that's the kind of the homes we came out of.
Right.
You know, longevity, whatever goes on in the house stays in the house, but they kept it together.
Right.
So we watched all of that, and we thought that was the ideal situation, ideal relationship, or whatever the situation is. So we still have that. You know, we'll say, well, there's no way I would do what my mama did. I'm not doing all that. But there's still something there that will cause you to stay in something, or we don't even give ourselves a chance to explore. You don't even know what you really like or don't like. You know what I'm saying? We don't give ourselves. And then too, people tell us, oh, you're a woman. Women don't get to explore. Men do. If women explore, we're identified as a hoe.
Yeah.
So it's, you know, we've been told to, like you said, one man, we go in, that's the right man. Just stick with him, you know, let it all play out. Make it work out, or until it just play out.
Yeah.
What's wrong with exploring?
Right.
What's wrong with exploring?
Okay, well, what is exploring? What is your definition of exploring?
Meaning that, listen, what
dating
can
multiple people at a time?
Why not?
Because dating in today's term means fucking multiple people.
Well, listen. Well, I'm not saying that.
So that's not what I'm saying. Let's clarify that.
Yeah, I mean exploring, meaning that dating multiple people. Meaning it's just like going to look for a job.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Interviewing.
Let's say that. Interviewing multiple people. So my thing is like going looking for a job. I know my ideal job that I want. You know, I went. You know, if I went looking for a job and I went to 5 companies, okay, out of those 5 companies, which one is a good fit for me that I'm willing to, you know what I'm saying, to take the chance on.
Well, why do you think men are so territorial when it comes to, because they want to know that you're not talking to other people, even though you're not exclusive. Even though there's not an exclusive agreement. I can't interview other people, but you can interview and enter in other women. And I have to be okay with that. Why do you think? What is that?
They're very territorial, you know, and a lot of things they say, but they cannot handle.
Girl.
They cannot handle that. They cannot. You know, so it's like they speak. It's like the head is not connected to the body.
And the heart.
Yeah, the heart, the head is all disconnected. And they are detached.
Yes, very.
They detach. They can, listen, good night. Woman, we can be with a man. We can fall in love. We fall in love so easily and so quickly. Yeah. Because we put everything into it. Yeah. Where a man, he can show you a good time. You can believe him. He made you feel so good. You thought he was the one. And yet he disappeared because he's detached. He can speak with his mouth, but his heart is detached from what he's speaking. Where woman, when we talk, it's from the heart. Yeah. That's why we love so easily, because it's from the heart. You know what I'm saying? Where a man can be detached. He detached even physically. I can screw you and move on. Yeah. I can screw you multiple times. I could come show up every week, every day, and go to the next person and still spill out here, spill out there. I spill out on every street, every corner, and good night, and be detached from all, and still will come in and verbally say, hey, baby, and go to the next one and say the same thing. So detached. And you would think that he ain't been nowhere else.
Liars.
Just liars. And then for a woman, if we've been through the experience, we should be able to see. But a lot of times as women, we don't want to see it. Because we don't want to face I don't want to face another loss. I don't want to face going through this again. I don't want to face my heart being broken. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to face that because it hurts like hell. Man, and men don't understand. It's not for you. It's easy for you to deposit, but how you leave a woman, it just breaks you down. All parts of you, it breaks you down. Mentally, all of that. You know what I'm saying? So, and they leave. And the funny thing is, it's crazy.
But this is the thing, right? So, okay, they leave. And I still can't grasp how they can do it, but they can't handle it if it's done to them. Even with just like when you were saying exploring and interviewing multiple people.
Oh, yeah.
Like you want me to be okay with it, but you're not. And the thing that I've heard a man say before is, oh, where y'all can handle more pain. What type of shit is that? So you're going to inflict pain on me because you think I can handle it, but the moment that I do it to you, you're out. You have no grace. They
done. Oh, yeah. Oh, if a man, listen, it don't matter how many times he done what he cheated, how many times he done entered in and out of a woman. If you do the same thing, it's like, oh, I don't want you. And I mean, he won't give you no grace.
None.
He ain't giving you another chance.
And
it's like stereotype.
Yeah.
It's like a woman. That's what I said. For a woman to explore, she's identified as a hoe. And I don't care if it's just exploring just without sex. You know what I'm saying? For a man to do it, he's like, it builds him up. I don't know what you know what I mean? Their ego get boosted.
That's disgusting.
You know what I'm saying?
It's so distasteful because it's like, okay, you don't want me exclusively, right? I'm okay with that. But you're not going to be the only person. That's not right. How can you justify that? Don't tell me nothing about nature. Don't tell me nothing because they like to go that route too, talking about, oh, in nature, the male has multiple, whatever. I don't give a damn.
That's idiot. That's idiot talking.
You sound crazy. If you can't handle it, don't afflict it on me.
Right.
Just period. And if you're not going to be truthful and say, hey, I do like you, but I can't handle you talking to other people,
right? Or
whatever the case may be, just be upfront. Because some women are like, they may say, okay.
I'm looking at it this way: if you're a man and you're not worth 2 cents, and you know what you already want,
they're good men.
Yeah, well, whatever. Anyway, state what you want. If you know okay, I only want you part time. I only want this. Don't lie to a woman. It's like give a woman the option to say, hey, I agree with this or I don't agree with that. But they know most women ain't going to agree with the mess.
So they lie.
They're going to try to dish out. So they'll lie. You know what I'm saying?
That's so...
Yeah.
Ugh.
And it's like, me and you having this discussion... and I mean, we're just a percentage of women that's saying that we're not going to allow that. You know what I'm saying? But then there's a lot of women. That's why these men feel like they have options because they don't care about the 2% that won't do it.
Yeah.
When I got 98 more percent that will do it.
Leave me alone. Don't come in my inbox. I mean, period.
They don't stay away.
And
because some men like it, they like the hardball. They like the woman. Because in a man's mind, they say, I can get whatever I want. I can get it. You know what I'm saying? So they'll keep coming. They're determined because they feel like if I keep showing up, you're going to break. If I keep talking that good stuff in your ear, you're going to melt. You're going to break.
At some point.
You know what I'm saying? So they'll keep showing up, Good night. And this is my thing is I'm like kind of old school. I don't like a lot of talking. You understand what I'm saying? I don't like a man, you doing a lot of talking, but you ain't saying nothing.
And you ain't showing
nothing. You just talking. It's like that conversation to me is so weak. If you can't stimulate my mind, I'm not interested. If you can't go past how you doing today, what was your day like? That's all you got.
Yeah.
That doesn't do anything for me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That just lets me know where you are. You understand what I'm saying? And it also lets me know is I'm going to probably be pretty much the giver in the relationship. If I got to initiate the conversation and keep the conversation going, you understand what I'm saying?
Your face.
Babe, if I got to keep the conversation going, no, that's too much for me. And every time we talk, I gotta keep the conversation. I gotta initiate it or make up something. It doesn't, you know what I'm saying?
It feels forced.
Because you know why I gotta do that? And the reason that is because I'm not talking his language. So right there, we already know we're not even compatible. Because if I talk sex, if I talk what you really want to talk, you'll have a lot to say. But because I, require, I'm a different breed, you understand what I'm saying? Your conversation is very, very few. Because you want to go there, but you don't want to, I'm not going to allow you to take me there. Yeah. So, good night. So, why you keep on bothering me?
Right. Leave
me alone. But no. Because some men could be attracted to you. They attracted to that. Because, men they like the chase.
Yeah.
They like the chase. But I can't take you telling me no. And even though you telling them no, they feel like you telling somebody else yes.
So exactly, what
you telling me no, but who is it? It must be somebody else. No, they don't even believe that you have standards.
That is crazy.
The reason why they don't believe it because we know the 98. I have dealt with the 98%. You only 2%. You can't be no different. Well, ain't nowhere in the world you that different. I had one guy. Ain't no way in heck you ain't had sex in how many years? Girl, bye. Like, you know what I'm saying?
And that's crazy. And that they are so driven by that they don't.
And they don't believe you. So my thing is, if I'm telling you a man, and I'm telling you how you make me feel, what what I need, and you cannot get past that, I don't believe what you're saying. How you gonna tell me if I'm the one that's feeling it, I'm the one that's hurting you? What you did hurt me, and you're telling me, oh, get over it. Or you trying to tell me I don't feel what I feel.
Basically,
you ain't gonna do no that lets you know he's not gonna move there's nothing else to give. Mm-hmm. There's nothing else coming out of this relationship. He don't even hear you.
And he's not trying to.
Oh no, he's not even hearing you. He wants you to just shut up and let it go away.
And that's what the high value men feel like, because I'm bringing money to the table. Mm-hmm. And I'm paying your bills, shut up and do as I say.
Yeah.
And I'm not with it.
Yeah.
I don't need your money. Go on with somebody else.
Exactly.
And with that being said, good night.
Yeah.
We had a time tonight. I'm so excited that Shalonda was a part of the No Permission Needed podcast for our second episode. And we will have JC for part 2, so to bring the male perspective, so you guys don't feel like we're bashing you.
Absolutely.
We love you.
We love you.
Relax.
Yes.
We just like to have a conversation and just talk about some of the things that we feel like you guys need to improve in some areas. And likewise, I'm sure when JC comes, he's gonna let us know as well. But let the people know where they can find you and patronize.
Sure, you can find me on my website, which is Shalonda Thompson, lifecoachingacademy.com, as well as Facebook, Shalonda Thompson, Life Coach and Consulting.
So we wrapped it up for this episode. Until the next time, we will see you guys later. Yes. Bye.